So this is the concept in our second unit. So till we have seen the oscillators. We have completed the oscillators in our second unit. So in the oscillator we have seen the Colpitts a combination of RC oscillators as well as the LC oscillators, and definition for the oscillator, frequency response of the oscillator, and stability. So these are the characteristics we have seen in our last class. And this class we will discuss about the feedback amplifier. See, the outline, the feedback amplifier outline of this session is, so introduction about the feedback amplifier, the general feedback structure, some properties of negative feedback, the four basic feedback topologies, the series shunt feedback amplifier, series feedback amplifier, and finally shunt and series feedback amplifier. So these are the outline of my so this is the outline of today's class. So we have to see about the introduction part and general feedback structure, some properties of negative feedback, the basic structures of basic feedback topologies, series shunt feedback amplifier, series feedback amplifier, shunt to shunt feedback, and shunt to series feedback amplifier. So these are the outline of this today's class. And stability problems, stability study using Bode plot and frequency compensations. See the introduction. So it is impossible to think of electronic circuit without some form of feedback. So it is impossible to think of electronic circuits without some form of feedback circuits or feedback tanks. And negative feedback, in that negative feedback is one, and destinized the gain. So again desensitized the gain, reduce the nonlinear distortion through negative feedback, reduce the effect of noise, control the input and output impedance, and extend the bandwidth of the amplifier. These are the advantages through negative feedback. So it is so in introduction side is saying that it is impossible to think of electronic circuit without some form of feedback. So in that negative feedback, under the negative feedback, so gain can be increases, non-linearity distortion can be reduces, the reduces through the noise, control the input and output impedance, extend the bandwidth of the amplifier. The basic idea of a negative feedback is to trade off a gain for other desirable properties. And positive feedback will causes the amplifier oscillations. See here, the feedback will have a positive feedback as well as the negative feedback. So if it is provides a positive feedback, it will causes as an amplifier oscillation. The basic idea of negative feedback is a trade-off gain for other desirable properties. Through the negative feedback amplifier, the gain we will get. To the positive feedback amplifier, we will get the oscillations. See the general feedback structure. So assuming this one is the load, so from the load xi is the signal, so the signal is appear to the summer. From the summer out, xi is the out signal, where a bar is the amplifier session and x0 is the output signal which is passes through the load. From the load side again we have a path, so through the factor of beta, so this path is considered as a feedback path. Feedback is nothing but getting a path from the load to the source, that is the it's a loop. So getting a path from load to the source, that is called. So from the output side we are going to give a signal again to the input side, input to the circuit. So then it will be considered as a feedback path, where beta is a feedback coefficient. See the general feedback equation. So the closed loop and the open loop are there. For a closed loop gain, AF is equals to X naught divided by XS. X naught is the output signal, XS is the input signal. Where A is the gain, A plus 1 plus A divided by 1 plus A into beta. Feedback factor is beta. Loop gain is A beta. So this one is the loop gain, A into beta. Beta is the feedback factor. Amount of feedback will be 1 plus A into beta. See here, A is the, what is A and what is beta here? So here you see, A is the gain, A beta is the loop gain, 1 plus A beta is the amount of feedback. So gain densitivity can be represented as DAF by AF is nothing but 1 divided by 1 plus A into beta. So that is dA by A. Bandwidth is bandwidth extension, noise reduction, and reduce the nonlinear distortion through this equation. So these are all the advantage we can see. Bandwidth can be extension, noise can be reduced, and reduction in a nonlinear distortion. The four basic feedback topologies are the voltage amplifier, series shunt feedback, that is voltage mixed and voltage sampling. Series shunt feedback. Current amplifier is shunt series feedback, current mixing and current sampling. And transconductance amplifier, series to series feedback, voltage mixing and current sampling. Trans resistance amplifier, shunt and shunt feedback, current mixing and voltage sampling. So these are all the four possible feedback topologies. Voltage amplifier, series shunt feedback. So here voltage is mixing and voltage is sampling. Current amplifier, shunt series feedback, current mixing and current is sampling. Third one is a transconductance amplifier, series feedback, voltage mixing and current sampling. Trans resistance amplifier, shunt feedback, current mixing and voltage sampling. See the diagram. These are the old representation of different types of topologies. Such a same manner we can have the diagrammatical representation of topologies, voltage mixing and voltage sampling, that is series shunt topology. So here is the source, basic voltage amplifier. So that is voltage sampling and series shunt topology. So from the output side we have a feedback path. So to here it is applied to the feedback network, and feedback network will provide the response. It again added to the input side. Voltage mixing and voltage sampling, series comma shunt. Shunt is here, series is there. Next, see the amplifier with the series shunt feedback. So you can consider VA is the input signal, R is the input resistance or source resistance. So this one it is the inverting terminal. We are finding the feedback path. So that is R as well as R1 is 2N. So this one is the load resistance. RL is the load resistance and V0 is the response, total response. Shunt comma series feedback. See, shunt comma, that is the current mixing, current sampling. Here is the shunt phase, series phase is here. In a last diagram you can observe series phase, so shunt phase and series phase. So here these two can be replaced each other. So that is shunt series. So previous it is a series and shunt. and the current is the source element here. Current mixing and current sampling. I naught is the current mixing and current sampling. See the amplifier with the shunt and series feedback. So for that, let you consider the current is a source, Ri is the input resistance for the current source, and Q1 is a transistor or a FET. Here you consider as a FET. Q2 is the FET for the amplification factor. So where I is passing through the active device and as well as to the R2 resistance for bypassing. Next, series come series feedback. See here, so here not at all contacting with upper limit. So here the element will passes in a series manner. We cannot observe any voltage can be splitted up. So series, here also series structure, here also the series structure. That is the series come series feedback topology. So transistor 1 voltage Q1 and Q2 and Q3. Response of Q1 can be connected to Q2. Response of Q2 can be connected to Q3. So this is the first response can be seriously added with the Q2. Transistor Q2 response can be seriously added with the transistor Q3. So that is what it is, series come series feedback. Next, shunt come shunt. See here the current can be splitting over to this path as well as to the basic trans resistance amplifier. So that is what here we can observe the shunt connection. Here also we are observing the shunt connection. So that is why it is considered as a shunt and shunt feedback. This one is the feedback network. So here also parallel connecting to the feedback path. Here also the parallel connection to the feedback network. So that is what it is, shunt cum shunt feedback topology. So this is the operational amplifier shunt feedback circuit, where I bar is the current source. I bar is nothing but Vs divided by Rs, where Rs is the input resistance. Same Rf is the feedback resistance for inverting terminal. The series shunt feedback amplifier. So for that series and shunt, input side is series and output side is shunt feedback amplifier. The ideal situation, the practical situation and summary we will see now. So what is the topology? Series and shunt. So here is the shunt, here is the series. Input side it is the series, output section it is a shunt. Some of the output passing to out, so remaining can be splitted the signal, it passes to the feedback tank. So ideal situation we can be considered gain and R0 is the output resistance, for Vi is the input. So this one is the amplifier. For the amplifier we will find the input resistance and input voltage, and the output side also we will find the output gain A into Vi, where Vi is the input voltage, so that can be multiplied with the gain. So then A into Vi, where R0 is the output resistance. So unilateral open loop amplifier circuit, an ideal voltage mixing voltage sampling feedback network, we can see assumption that the source and load resistance have been included inside the circuit A. The ideal situation, so where the inputs, the source terminal is this one and destination terminal is here. So for the source side we can observe the VA is the source, that is a signal voltage, and RIF is the input frequency or input resistance, AF is the forward gain, V0 is the VS is the source voltage, ROF is the input and output resistance. ROF is the output resistance, where RIF and ROF are the output resistances of a feedback network. The input and output resistance with the feedback is RIF is the input resistance and Ri 1 plus A beta. So this is the relation. So this is the case of negative feedback increases the input resistance by factoring equal the amount of feedback. So that is output resistance is R naught of F equal to R naught divided by 1 plus A beta. Output resistance formula ROF equal to R naught divided by 1 plus A beta, and input resistance formula RIF equal to RI into 1 plus A beta. And a practical situation is here. So VA is the source, R1 is the input resistance, the basic op-amp amplifier. So here the feedback path, and this one is the RL circuit. So through this we will find the feedback. From the feedback also it will consider as a one more signal passes to the RIN, RVin. The block diagram of a practical and series shunt feedback amplifier. So practical considerations. So these are the practical consideration for the next case. The load effect of the feedback network on the basic amplifier is represented by the components of H11 and H22. See, H11 and H22. So this one is the H11 hybrid parameters. This one is the H22. So that here he is explaining the load effect of a feedback network on the basic amplifier is represented by components of H11 and H22. The load effect can be represented on a network, feedback network, that is by H11, and this one is the H11 and here it is the H22. The loading effect is found by the looking into the appropriate port of the feedback network is a open or short circuit. Here the beta, if the connection is a series one and open circuit port, so that is beta is the H12, that is V1 divided by V2 at I1 equal to 0. Beta is the feedback factor. For the feedback factor formula beta is H into 12, at which case it is H12 if the connection is a shunt one or short circuit the port. If the connection is a series one open circuit port, these two conditions, beta can be H12. H12 is nothing but V1 divided by V2. So these are all the different types of the topologies. So total input resistance is RIF equal to input resistance plus source resistance. Internally, the op amp which consisting of RIN or RS is connected to the source resistance. Output resistance is ROF is parallel to the output resistance to the op amp as well as the load resistance. See here, R in series with the source resistance. So this one is the source resistance and this is the input resistance. These two are in a series condition, and R output resistance is R out is parallel to the load resistance. So that is R out is this one, R out is this one, RL is load resistance. So this is the resistance which is parallel to the load resistance. So that is example of series shunt feedback amplifier. So that is I tends to 0, series and shunt feedback amplifier beta equal to VF divided by VS. VF is nothing but R1 divided by R1 plus R2. So R1 in the diagram we can see here. So this one is the R1 load resistance, feedback load resistance. R1, R2, R2 are the feedback resistances. So for total feedback resistance is here. So that is beta equal to VF divided by VS, which is nothing but R1 divided by R1 plus R2. This is the tank. We can pick and analyzing separately. This tank can be see here also. So this is the one R1 and R2. This we can see separately. This shaded part we can take it out for doing an simplification. So this is the output response, V out. Next, such a similar way, we want to see the series and series feedback amplifier. So still we have seen shunt and series and shunt feedback amplifier. In such a same way, we have to analyze series and series feedback amplifier. So here also same conditions. We have to see the ideal situations. We need to see the practical situations and summary. So what is this? A series and series. See here, we cannot have a split ups. Here the path IL is passing through series network to the out as well as the feedback. The feedback is A equal to beta into I naught. Here also a series connection can appears. The ideal situation RIF AF into VS. The ideal situation diagram. VS is the source voltage, RIF is the input resistance, forward input resistance, AF is the gain, forward gain, or ROF is the output resistance of op amp. This is the structure we can able to see inside the op amp. For that input resistance also R1 into 1 plus A into beta, R0 also R0 of F equal to R0 into 1 into 1 plus A into beta. This is the practical consideration. See, V0 of Vs is here, in source resistance is Rs, basic op amp operational amplifier. The load resistance is here. The output resistance is passes to the, or output current can be passes to the, seriously passes to the feedback network, and the feedback network will give the response to the basic amplifier. Feedback network is not in the ideal and load the basic amplifier. Thus, the effect on the values of gain, input resistance, and output resistances. The practical consideration. So here also the feedback path also we can take into the account. That is I2 Z12 is the impedance. Z21 is also the impedance. The mutual impedance I1 is here. So passes to the I2. I2 is parallelly applied as the input to the basic amplifier. So from the I1 is the amplifier source. Sorry, I0 is the amplifier output current. So that I0 can passes to the feedback tank network. So here we can able to see Z22, Z11, Z12, and Z21. We have to analyze. The practical situations, we need to see the port 1 and port 2, Z11 and Z22. So from this, what is the beta means? Beta equal to Z into 12. Z12 is nothing but ratio of voltage to the current. Voltage is V1 and current is I. Okay. Remaining, we will see summary and example of series feedback. So this one is the best example where we can consider. Here we are considering the 3 transistors, namely Q1, Q2 and Q3. So response of the Q1 transistor is connected as the input to the Q2 transistor. The response of the Q2 transistor is connected as the input to the Q2 transistor. And finally Q3 we will get the response. This is the series to series connection amplifier through the feedback. And remaining 2 topologies we'll discuss in a next class. So still we have seen shunt comma series feedback, series comma series feedback. Next class we will see the series comma shunt and shunt comma shunt feedbacks in our next class. So you have any doubts, you will have a discussion, otherwise we can leave the session.